Okay, I'm gonna try to record this and hopefully it'll come through. And I apologize about the bad lighting. Um, I just have some wonderful news and I want to try to share it. And for any of you that have been following my videos, I've been having a lot of problems with roommate situation, and a lot more than I could actually describe here on YouTube, due to the fact that I wasn't able to post for a while, and I'm still not really able to post. But anyway, I hadn't talked to my mom for about a month and a half, maybe month, and so I called her to let her know that I had gotten a new phone and a new phone number, and she had asked me if my mail was being forwarded, and I told her no, and she said, well, I sent you something and it got returned, and I want to make sure that I send it because I know you really could use it. And I thought it was kind of odd because I probably could count how many times I've gotten mail from my mother in the last 15 years. So I was like, okay, as soon as I get situated into a place where I could get mail, I'd give her my address. And she asked me why I couldn't receive mail where I was at, and I started explaining the situation with the roommate situation and what was going on. And she said, well, that's actually what the letter that I sent you was about. I sent you a check. And I was floored. My mother hasn't sent me money. I mean, when I saw her about 2 months ago for the first time in 15 years, she gave me $50. And that it just floored me. Because my mother and I do not, or have not gotten along ever. And it seems like in the last, 6 months, I've been able to feel like I have a mother that I actually can talk to about what's going on in my life. And ever since telling her that I thought I was gay, it just has been downhill battle since then. And to the point that I don't have any of my family in my life anymore. But anyway, so I was kind of surprised and shocked, but yet at the same time, I understood why, because she knew the rough situation I was going through, and but it still floored me. And so basically, I just dumped on her what all is going on with the roommate situation, and that I had looked into this extended stay hotel that has studio apartments in it, and she said, well, would they accept a check? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure they would. I know they accept a credit card. I said, but the problem is I only have enough to pay for 1 week, and I don't get paid for two. I get paid every 2 weeks. And then once this 2 weeks is gone, then I'll be fine. This last week, I just need to figure out what I was doing. And it was either pay the amount of the room for 1 week to stay for 2 weeks at where I was in the situation with my roommate, or to actually pay to move out in this extended stay hotel. Well, it's not really a hotel. It's like an apartment complex. It's just studios. Anyway, and my mother said, well, what's the number to the business, to the rental place, so I can give her my credit card. And I almost wanted to cry, if that makes any sense, because I don't know if for those of you whose parents have been behind you 100%, just consider yourself truly blessed, because my parents really haven't. And I've been totally isolated from my family because of that. And that was just me coming out as being gay. That I haven't broached the subject any further or seen any of them in almost 16 years. But, so to make a long story short, hopefully so that my computer doesn't kick me off and everything, so that I can get this done, my mother paid not only for the first week's rent to move into the hotel, um, but also the because you can pay by the week or by the month, um, and I just didn't have enough but to pay for week by the week until the first of the month, and then after that it's by the month because it's actually a studio apartment, um, with a kitchen and everything else in it. And but anyway, um, so my mother paid not only for me to move in and the first month, but also paid for the pet deposit to make sure that I could take my two dogs with me. And that just tremendously meant so much to me. And I just wanted to share. So I mean, there's hope. There's hope. I just hope that when I tell them that I'm trans, that it doesn't erase the working for 16 years to try to even get my family to talk on the phone with me. I would love to say that I want that relationship with my family so that I can have the Christmases and Thanksgiving and whatever. I've never had that connection with my family, and pretty much been by myself, as far as family wise goes, without a family for so long, that I'm not really sure that's what I want, but I do want to be able to talk to them on the phone or to be able to see them, although they live states away. But I don't know. There's hope for my mom. My father, he's just kind of like whatever I tell him, he agrees with or accepts or understands, and that's fine. And I mean, I don't have like this awesome relationship with them or anything else that I tell him any deep secrets or whatever, which it would be really nice because I was like the closest to my father growing up. Um, but my father's just a different type of person. And it's hard to explain it. He doesn't have that like close connection bond um, with us, with anybody really. But that's fine. I accept my father the way he is. But my mother has been so adamantly about wanting me to live the life that she wanted me to live. Well, not live the life that she wanted me to live, but being happy by what she thought is what happiness is, and not understanding why that never just worked for me. Um, but anyway, so I just wanted to share the good news that I am now in an apartment of my own, and I'll probably be here for a couple months. It's nice. It's like within like 10-15 minutes of my job, and it has everything. Um, and I'm ecstatic over having a new place and my own place. And but anyway, there's hope yet. There's hope. And that's all we can hope for in life, I think, is hope. Um, that my mother and I have actually talked. We've actually talked a lot in this last week, and although not, I wouldn't say surface stuff, but yet not in depth stuff. But for all you that are out there wondering, is my parents ever going to come around? Never give up hope. It took 16 years for my mom to actually sit down with me and the two of us to actually be able to be sitting at a table together and having a waffle. Sorry, that's kind of the place I have a lot when I go out to eat or go to hang out is the Waffle House. But anyway, it took 16 years for her to meet with me at a restaurant at 1 o'clock in the morning. But she helped me get a place to